All right, lean in close because I'm about to tell you the single greatest secret in the entire world. It's a secret that can make you a millionaire. But you have to make me a promise first. You have to promise me you're going to stop working so hard. No, I'm being completely serious.
That's right. I said it. Stop everything. Because pretty much everything you've ever been told about getting rich, about hard work, it's not just wrong, it is dangerously wrong. So today, right now, we're going to smash all the rules.
Let me ask you a riddle. You ready? Okay, picture this. Over on one side, you've got this super intense Wall Street trader, right? He's got like 4 computer screens, coffee cups everywhere, he's sweating, he's a mess. And on the other side, you've got a grandpa, just chilling on his porch, maybe taking a little nap. So, why is the napping grandpa making way more money than the Wall Street guy? It feels impossible, doesn't it? Well, get ready, because the answer to that question is the key to this whole game.
Here's the secret. In the crazy world of investing, being lazy isn't a bad thing. It's your ultimate superpower. Seriously, winning isn't about working harder or being the smartest person in the room. Nope, it's about being lazy strategically. And the first step is to defeat the biggest, baddest enemy you will ever face in your life. And that enemy is living inside your own head.
Let's go way back in time. Meet Caveman Bob. Bob's in the woods, and suddenly he hears a noise. A twig snaps. What does he do? Does he start making a pros and cons list? No way. He freaks out. His brain screams, "Danger! Do something! Run!" And that instinct is what kept him alive. But here's the crazy part. That exact same do-something instinct is what's making you poor. When the stock market gets all scary and everything's flashing red, your inner caveman wakes up and starts screaming, "Sell everything! Get out! Do something!" And that's when you make a massive wealth-destroying mistake.
The great Warren Buffett has this perfect way of thinking about it. Imagine your money is a brand new, giant bar of soap. Every time you panic, every time your inner caveman convinces you to buy or sell, you're picking up that bar of soap and rubbing it between your hands. And what happens when you keep rubbing a bar of soap? It gets smaller and smaller and smaller until it's just a slimy little mess of fees and taxes. So what's the secret? Just put the soap down. Don't touch it.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. Come on, there's no way that doing nothing beats the super geniuses on Wall Street. Well, let me tell you a little story. It's a true story. It's called the $1 Million Bet, and it was the ultimate showdown, an entire army of financial wizards versus one lazy old man.
So here were the two fighters. In this corner, we have the smart money. This was a team of the absolute best of the best. Guys who hired other experts, who used fancy computers and secret formulas. They were like the rocket ships of the investing world. And in the other corner, Warren Buffett picked what we'll call the lazy fund. It's just a simple kind of boring basket that holds the 500 biggest companies in America, the kind of thing you just buy and then forget about. The bell rang for a 10-year fight.
So the bet starts in 2007, and then almost immediately, bam, in 2008, the entire world economy just collapses. It was absolute chaos. The smart money guys looked like geniuses. They were buying and selling, dodging problems, trying to outsmart the crash. And the lazy fund, it just sat there. It got hammered. It looked like the dumbest idea ever. But then, slowly, the world started to get back up, and the real race was on.
So after 10 years, they finally counted the money. The army of geniuses, with all their computers and secrets, they made 36%. Not terrible. But the lazy fund, the boring, do-nothing fund, it made 125.8%. It wasn't even close. It was a total knockout. The sleeping grandpa didn't just win, he ran circles around the rocket ships. How on earth is that even possible?
It's possible because the experts spent 10 years trying to find one single magical needle in a giant haystack. But the lazy investor, he was way smarter. He didn't waste time looking for the needle. He just bought the entire haystack. And that haystack has a name. It's time I introduced you to the magic bucket.
Now, this isn't just some boring list of companies. The S&P 500, our magic bucket, is more like a self-cleaning gladiator arena, for real. Imagine a bucket that automatically holds the 500 strongest, toughest, most powerful companies in the country. When you own a piece of the magic bucket, you own a tiny slice of all of them. But here's where the real magic happens.
Think about it. What happens when one of those champions gets old and weak, like Blockbuster Video? Do you have to worry? Do you have to sell it? Nope. The bucket has a built-in automatic eject button. The second a company isn't strong enough anymore, poof, it gets kicked out. And guess what happens next? A brand new hungry champion, someone like Netflix, gets automatically pulled in to take its place. And what's your job in all of this? This is the best part. You do absolutely nothing. The bucket just keeps getting stronger all by itself.
Okay, so this sounds easy, right? Just buy the magic bucket, take a nap for 30 years, and wake up rich. Well, not so fast. Because even with the perfect plan, there are these secret monsters out there. Invisible enemies that are trying to steal your money right now as we speak. And you probably don't even see them.
The first monster is like a parasite. Let's call him the tapeworm. You probably know him by his other name, inflation. Now, don't think of it as prices getting more expensive. Think of your money as a giant block of ice. Every single day, the tapeworm is there, silently licking that block of ice, and it's slowly, drip by drip, melting away into nothing. So if your money is just sitting there in a savings account, you're not saving, you're losing. The tapeworm is eating your wealth.
But this next monster, this one's even sneakier, because you actually invite this one into your own house. We'll call them the termites. But the people on Wall Street have a cute name for them. They call them a tiny 1% fee. They'll tell you, oh, it's nothing. It's just 1 penny out of every dollar. They are lying to you. These termites are silently eating the entire foundation of your financial future.
Get this. That tiny 1% fee, if you start with $100,000, over 30 years, that one little percent will eat $240,000 of your money. That's not a typo. That's a house. That's years of your freedom. Just gone. Gobbled up by termites because you were trying to be active instead of lazy.
So, we have our magic bucket, we're starving the tapeworm, we're keeping the termites out. We are so close to winning this game. But now, it is time to face the final boss. The one enemy that can still ruin everything. Because the biggest threat to your wealth is you.
To beat yourself, you first have to understand your crazy next-door neighbor, Mr. Market. Okay, imagine every morning, this guy runs over to your lawn and just screams a price for your house. On Monday, he's super happy. I'll give you $500,000 for your house. On Tuesday, he's sad. Okay, $400,000. On Wednesday, he is having a complete meltdown. The sky is falling, your house is worthless, I'll give you $50,000. Would you ever sell your house for 50 grand just because your neighbor is having a bad day? No, of course not. But that's exactly what millions of people do with their investments every single day.
It really all comes down to this one idea from Buffett. The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. Mr. Market is a crazy person. His job is to serve you, not to tell you what to do. When he's panicking and offering you amazing deals, you can buy. When he's jumping for joy and offering you crazy high prices, maybe you sell. But you never ever let his mood become your mood. You're the patient one. He's the impatient one, and his money will eventually flow to you.
And why is patience the ultimate cheat code? Because of this little magic trick. Look at this. It's a single penny that doubles in value every day. After 10 days, you have about $5. Kind of boring. After 20 days, you have about $5,000. Okay, that's better, but still feels slow. But then the magic explodes. On day 30, that penny becomes over $5 million. And one day later, it's over $10 million. That's the power of compound interest. That's the mind-blowing reward you get for just being patient and doing nothing.
Okay, we have the tools. We know who the enemies are. We understand the magic of patience. It is time. It's time to take the oath. This is your new set of rules for winning. Welcome to the Lazy Manifesto.
Rule number 1. I will be boring. Excitement is for gamblers. Winning is for me. Rule number 2. I will be a short-term pessimist, but a long-term optimist. I know bad days will happen, but I have faith that over the long run, things get better. Rule number 3. I will do nothing. When the world is panicking, I will be napping. My magic bucket is working for me. And the final, most important rule of all, I will never, ever, under any circumstances, interrupt my money when it's snowballing.
Because here's the last secret, the biggest secret of all. The goal of this entire game isn't just to get a big pile of money. Who cares about that? The real prize, the actual treasure at the end of this whole adventure, it isn't money, it's freedom, and it's time. It's the freedom to wake up when you want, to do what you love, to spend time with people you care about. Money is just the tool you use to buy back your own life.
So there it is. You now have the treasure map. You know the secret path. You know that the fastest way to get rich is to be lazy, to be boring, to do nothing at all. There's only one question left to ask yourself. Now that you have the map, will you have the courage to actually follow it? Will you have the courage to do nothing?